Hello Stampers, Kelly Acheson at stampinbub.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Today I am going to share a color challenge with you as part of the Blog Fusers Blog Hop. We have been challenged with using these 5 colors to create a card. So I've got Call Me Clover, Lovely Lipstick, Gorgeous Grape, Pineapple Punch, and Mango Melody. And I looked at these bright and fun colors and I thought, okay, what am I going to do with these? And I think the idea I came up with was pretty cute. I pulled out my Swirly Frames stamp set. This is a brand new photopolymer stamp set. I have never used it before today. And I thought, wow, I could do some type of a collage with this stamp set and these colors. I think you're going to see a lot more from me coming out using the Swirly Frames because it was really fun, and there's a whole bunch of ideas that I have in my head. I just got one of them down on paper today. I also chose a greeting set, another wonderful year. This is a great greeting set. It's so big that it needs 2 cases, but this is just one stamp set. You've got a greeting in here for just about everything. It's pretty nice set. And I grabbed my Happy Birthday Thinlit, and then I went to town. So let me show you what I came up with. I'm going to start by sharing my cardstock layers with you. I've got a piece of Whisper White that's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. That's for the front of our card. An inside layer that's 4 by 5 1/4. A layer of Gorgeous Grape that's 4 by 5 1/4. A scrap of Basic Black, and a basic black cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2. And I'm just going to fold this and give it a good burnish with my bone folder. And we're going to work with our Happy Birthday Thinlit first. So I'm not only going to be cutting out a Happy Birthday with the black, but I'm also going to be cutting out a Happy Birthday with a Gorgeous Grape. This is our card layer for the front of our card, and I'm just going to place my Thinlit right in the middle of this because all we're going to see once we put it on our card front is the outside edge. This is a great way to save cardstock. Let me bring my Big Shot in here so you can see how fabulous this Happy Birthday is. If you don't have this particular Thinlit, I can tell you that I use it frequently, and it's just a beautiful addition to any card. Oops, sorry about that. I have my Big Shot on my stamp case. Because this is intricate, I like to run it through and back just to make sure that it's cut out good. And then when I'm using intricate dies, I always like to look at the back to make sure that it looks like it's completely cut through. And then here comes my fabulous friend, the Big Shot die brush. I love this thing, and I'll tell you what, if I did not have this, I wouldn't be using these intricate dies very much at all, which would, you know, really limit my creativity. We're going to set this aside because we're going to use it, and once you use the die brush, there's just a couple little tiny things that need to be popped out. And then what I like to do is, because this is very intricate, I just go around and I poke some of the outside holes that's on this die to help release it when I go to pull it out. Like I said, just the very outside, and we should be able to get a hold of this and ease it out of the die. Without too much problem here. This really is a nice die. You know, some dies, well, I don't have any because I don't keep dies if they don't work good. So anything I show you has to work good, or you're not gonna see it from me. But isn't that fabulous? Just a very nice, beautiful font on that. Then I take this, dump it into my bottom of my box, and put my die brush back in here, and I keep a pokey tool in here at all times. Now, I've had people ask me, why did I turn my paper pumpkin box inside out to do this? The reason is I have a whole bunch of paper pumpkin boxes and I don't want to lose this one amongst those. So when I see this box sitting on my shelf, I know this is my Big Shot die brush box. That's the only reason I turned it inside out. I know, inquiring minds want to know, right? Next, I'm going to bring in my paper piercing mat that I've covered with typing weight paper. That's what I like to stamp on. And I got a piece of cardstock. I didn't give this to you in my initial dimensions, but this piece is going to make 4 little panels using all of our colors for the color challenge. So we're actually going to be cutting it. Oops, I don't want to lose this. I keep thinking that's a scrap, but it's not. I'll set that over there. So I brought all 5 of my colors in here, and I've got the circles from the swirly frame stamp set mounted here, a greeting for the inside of the card, and then a little line that we're going to decorate a balloon with. All right, that's the other thing that you need is a scrap to stamp or to punch out the smaller balloon on the balloon punch. This is the smaller of the 2 balloons. I've got a gorgeous grape balloon here. I'm going to bring in my Memento Black first and show you how I made stripes on my balloon. So I just tilted my balloon to the side like this and came in and stamped stripes on it at an angle. And actually, it helps if you just put a tiny bit of snail adhesive on the back to hold that in place. Then it won't be popping around on you. I'm going to give us one more right at the top. Okay, now I'm going to make a loose knot in the end of my baker's twine. Just like this. Oh, look at, I'm full of ink. I've been stamping, obviously. I need to go wash the dishes. Get all this ink off of me. Now I'm just going to insert my balloon through that little loose knot, and I'm pulling the tail up like that. It'll stick a little bit to that snail adhesive you put on there, and then I'm going to add a dimensional to it. And then that string comes directly off that blowy-uppy thing. What do we call those? I don't even know, but blowy-uppy thing sounds pretty fun, doesn't it? All right, we've got that done. Then I'm going to work with the inside of my card. That's the bigger of the 2 white layers. And we're going to stamp our Celebrate greeting on the inside. Just going to stamp that right here. Celebrate another wonderful year. And then I'm going to come in with Gorgeous Grape and the smaller of the circles, and I'm just going to put a circle here and maybe a circle right there. Okay, inside of our card is done. I always like to put a little fun on the inside. I had somebody leave a comment on my video. Oh, look, I just got ink on it. That's not cool. I'm going to have to stamp this again. Hang on, we're gonna fix that because you know how that happens. I've got ink on my finger. I better get that wiped off. Okay, we don't want that to happen again. And then I think what I'll do is take this and just stamp another circle on here. How's that? Pretty good, huh? That fixes. You can always fix things, right? Well, most of the time. Sometimes you can't, and that's very frustrating. Usually this only happens when you're done with your card. Yeah, I know. Okay, we're ready for the front of our card. Now, this panel that I have is 3 7/8, which is the same width as our card front. And then it is 8.5 inches long, and we're going to be trimming this, so that part really isn't that important. I'm going to start with my Mango Melody, and my big circle stamp. We're just going to stamp up this layer. And this is just collage stamping. Then we're going to come in with some pineapple punch. And do some stamping with that. Isn't that pretty so far? So far, so good. I was also thinking this would make great the circles for the Olympics. Anytime I see circles like this, it always reminds me of the Olympics. Now I've got, oh, we're gonna go with the Call Me Clover and this big stamp. And then we're going to switch over to the smaller one for the Gorgeous Grape. And just put some grape circles down in here. Clean that off. I'm using my chamois to clean these stamps off. The chamois is fabulous. If you don't have one of these, just look it up in my online store. Search for chamois, S-H-A-M-M-Y. You won't go wrong with it. It cleans your stamps really good, and it's quick and easy. There's no fuss, which I absolutely love. Okay, so here comes our lovely lipstick. Now remember, I had a color scheme that I had to fulfill. We have to use all of these colors in our color challenge for the Color Fusers blog hop today. So now that I've got all of these in here, and I kind of left this blank because we don't need all of this part. Are you guys loving these new ink pads? I love them. They're super easy to close and open. And they have that little strip that comes off the back that you can put in here so you know what color you're using without, you know, picking it up and turning it over. Love them. And now I'm going to bring my paper cutter in here. The layer that I need for the front of my card is 1 3/8 inches by 3 7/8. And I made 5 different cards using this layout. So I'm just going to cut this up so I can show you that you can take one piece of cardstock and do collage stamping on it and get 4, and then cut it and have enough to make 4 of these cards. It's just kind of a better use of my time, I guess is a good way to put it, because you're doing everything at once. Okay, here we come to assemble our card. This is a really quick and easy card. I'm going to put my 1 3/4 inch layer right down here at the bottom. And then I've got some of our coordinating Gorgeous Grape ribbon. That's one of the things, and I know I've said this a million times, I sound like a broken record, but I really love that Stampin' Up's products color coordinate because, oh look, I've got a purple tape dispenser too, because it just makes my creativity easier to come up with ideas, because I know that I have ink and paper and ribbon and oftentimes embellishments that match, and that just makes it easier to create with. Then I'm just going to take a little piece here and tie a faux bow just like this. Snip this one off just a little bit. And by the way, this is our Gorgeous Grape striped ribbon. It's 1/4 inch. It's mini striped ribbon. We have this, I think, in 3 different colors, Bermuda and also Lovely Lipstick. So it's very, very pretty. Now remember this, where we cut out our Thinlit die? We're going to add a little bit of glue around the very outside and cover up that hole. So like I said, that's a great way to save on cardstock. And then I'm going to bring this in and put it on my card front. See, nobody will ever know. It's pretty smart, right? Oops, this is a little crooked up here. I'll slide it over before it's stuck for good. Isn't that pretty so far? Yeah. Okay, next. I already cut out a black happy birthday from that scrap of black that I said we needed. And I don't have my sponge handy, but I would normally put some glue on a plate and put it on a sponge and then put it on the back of an intricate piece like this. But my sponge is not where I can grab it quickly. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to each, not each letter, but just sporadically so that this will stick to my front. Okay, so far so good, right? Next, we're going to come in with that gorgeous grape happy birthday, and we're going to offset that just a little bit here. This really isn't hard to get glue on here. But I do like the sponging better. If I were to make a whole bunch of these, I would definitely make an effort to get my sponge out. You dab the sponge in the glue and you dab it all over the back. That's the best way to add glue to these intricate dies. And now I'm just going to offset this a little bit so you can see that black popping out. Now, isn't that cool? I love, love, love this look. All right, last but not least is our balloon. Stick your fingernail in the middle so it peels those edges up. And we're going to pop that right over here. And there is our happy birthday. Whoops, I think this is a little long. We'll cut that off. And isn't that just a sweet card? And I fulfilled the Color Fusers Challenge by using all of those colors on one card. I can make 3 more cards, which, through the magic of TV, I've already done. Hang tight. I did one in each of our color challenge colors. So we've got Gorgeous Grape, Pineapple Punch, Lovely Lipstick, Call Me Clover, and Mango Melody. And in just one sitting, I am ready for 5 birthdays. Now, I would probably take an envelope and stamp the back flap with this collage also, because I think that would just make it look really cool. So we've got 5 birthday cards. I started with this green one and I wanted it to be a masculine card. So I think I could go with this I could give for masculine, this I could give for masculine, this I could give for masculine, and maybe even the mango. But the Lovely Lipstick, I don't want to take anybody's man card away, right? So we'll save this. We'll save this for a woman, not a man. Okay, you guys, if you'd like to order any of these supplies, you can hop on over to my blog. The address is right here. You'll find an online ordering button in the right-hand column. If you don't have our current catalog, I'd be happy to send it to you. You can pop me an email. My email address is on the screen right now. Also, if you click in the top right-hand corner, you're going to find a link that'll take you right to my blog. Use this host code when you're placing your order, and you'll get some special perks from me. Don't forget to subscribe down here. You don't want to miss anything I have coming out. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend it with me. Make sure you go back to my blog to continue on the Color Fusers blog hop to see what everybody else made with this color combination. Bye-bye.